The Cambridge Film Festival Video Journal.
Did you see Bill?
Yes.
Was it good?
You've clearly not been on social media, but
everyone does seem to be, yeah.
The selfies of me with Billcast, and the photo I took from sat about halfway back, which has now been retweeted 20 times by Bill fans.
I've
it's gone a bit
retweeted
viral.
something, but I don't know who it was, if it was a director or cast, or that seems to do really well.
Yes.
This room is, oh, hello. It's what is it? It's day 5 of the Cambridge Film Festival, and if you're wondering why I'm wearing this is the gear that you have to wear when you change the bulbs in projectors, just in case they explode. And I thought, I'm fashion conscious. Looks good. I could be doing some beekeeping. Anyway, I'm joined up here in projection.
I think the bees would get round the side. But
oh yeah, there's a. I'm joined up here in projection by the lovely Mark Liverside, who we didn't manage to interview last year, so we've made sure we've got him on one of our daily vlogs. Hello, Mark.
Good afternoon.
Could you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself? Who are you and how might people know you digitally?
I am someone who just tries to help as much as possible at the festival to promote the activity going on, and by that I've become involved in Bums on Seats in 2012. 2013 I started for Take One. I have my own film blog, the Movie Evangelist, which I try and promote the festival on as much as possible. I also help out BBC Radio Cambridgeshire, so if you live in Cambridge you're probably now sick of the sound of me on local radio, and then I try to just be around the festival every day and just try and talk to people as much as possible, and just try and keep generating buzz for films and just get the mood for the place as much as possible.
So you're a really good example of someone that lives around the area that takes advantage of all that the festival and the Arts Picture House can offer throughout the year, really.
We shouldn't underestimate how lucky we are to have something like this in Cambridge as a city. There are very few places outside London that have something of this quality. And as many people know, I've been one of the people fighting in the past couple of years in various capacities to make sure things like this stayed in this city from a private point of view, and keen to continue to do whatever we can to make sure that this kind of festival is promoted. People are aware of this, but not only that, but also the activities of things like the Film Trust and the Consortium and other things that happen all year round, and to make sure people appreciate just what they've got in Cambridge.
I hear a little birdie tells me that you were responsible for that petition, which
yes,
went very well for us.
I put my name to it, which got over 15,000 signatures, and which in the end has thankfully had the right result, in that in the other two cities, in Bury St Edmunds and Aberdeen, the cinemas went to good purchases from the Picture House had to sell, and here in Cambridge the Picture House has stayed, and those people that were using the old Cineworld seem to have managed to retain their customer benefits at the Light as well. So in the end it was a happy ending, but it was an awful lot of pain and struggle to try and get to that point.
We had a nice little protest outside, didn't we? That was good fun.
Hopefully the placard is still around somewhere, just in case we ever need to.
I think it's in
man
Tony's
barricades
office
again.
Yeah.
But we should never be complacent. We should never rest on our laurels, because as good as what we have is here, if we become complacent, if people stop using it, then it'll disappear very quickly. We need to make sure that people are always aware that people make the most of the festival and are getting in here to absolutely make the most of it.
I don't know if you feel the same, but I always feel like it's very quiet over summertime here because we lose all the students and the academics, but then the Cambridge Film Festival to me is the starting shot for the cinema to get just really busy up until about April, really. It gets busier from here on in.
It does, and it seems to have been really buzzing over the past couple of days. We've been very lucky with the Legend event on Saturday with Brian Haldland coming in, lovely bloke, got the chance to meet him briefly.
Nice.
And the amazing Bill cast and director yesterday. It's quite special for me because Richard Bracewell, who directs Bill, was the first person I ever Q&A'd at the cinema in Bury about 4 years ago for his film Cuckoo. So he remembered me, which was lovely. But I'm so glad to be able to congratulate him on the success of his film yesterday, meet some of the cast. I'm a big fan of Horrible Histories and Yonderland, and I did geek out a little bit yesterday, so that was quite a nice experience. And it's those kind of experiences that make this festival so special, the chance to actually interact with the filmmakers. I've done a couple of other Q&As already this week with filmmakers from much smaller films, but then got the chance to talk to them afterwards as well. And you just don't get that opportunity anywhere else.
And are you hosting any more Q&As throughout the festival, or are you now going into total review mode?
No, I'm hosting a Q&A on Friday for a film called The Spiderweb House here. I may also be doing one for it on Saturday, but the joy of this is that you sort of play these things by ear and just leap in wherever needed. The joy of the festival now is that actually we can, people like myself, watch films in preparation, so we come to these a little bit prepared. I think there's a risk for the first time personally this year I'll see more films actually outside of the cinemas on laptops and iPhones in screeners than I will actually in the cinema. if that means that it helps get the word out to other people to actually come and watch the films, I'm happy to take that.
Because your role has shifted more from punter to now you're an integral part of like this Q&A hosting and the reviews.
The first 2 years I came here, I just sat and watched films. I didn't really interact with anyone. Now I can't walk from the front door of the cinema to the screening rooms without having 10 conversations, and that's just lovely.
Who needs Tinder when you've got the Cambridge Film Festival?
Absolutely.
So, other than your kind of duties of what you're hosting, are there any other films which you're just kind of dying to see, you're really looking forward to watching them as a punter?
I'm taking the approach very much this year of taking it a day at a time. I've not made any firm plans other than the Q&As and my reviews to take one for Bums on Seats. I'm just trying to leap in, get a feel for the buzz of what's going around, and then just try and leap in and grab films. So today, for example, someone's recommended to me Schmidtke, which starts in about half an hour, as being a combination of Jacques Tati and David Lynch.
Okay.
Sold straight away. House Bunny, which I think is later on today. The poster for that says Rembrandt meets a Razorhead. Again, sounds brilliant. So I just try to pick up on all those little bits and pieces. So there's a film which I watched in submissions showing later this week, which I'd recommend to people, called Wildlife. I think it's showing again Friday night, the second showing. It's got Bruce Greenwood. It's quite a nice little film. I'm trying to get some shorts this year. I've not seen any shorts yet. I always like to try and get to at least one of the shorts packages. I've booked for the surprise film on Saturday.
What could it be?
I wouldn't even begin to speculate. I've never once predicted correctly what the surprise film is, so I've given up. I'm not even going to try this year. And then I'm going to drop into the Family Film Festival on Sunday and see Paddington. Just because it's nice to try and catch something like that at the opportunity of that as well.
Yeah, we opened our day one vlog was with Becky and Now from the Family Film Festival, so it's good to see it's all going well for them. Okay, well, thank you very much for taking the time with us up here in this odd little cupboard in projection.
Yes.
I'll let you get back down to your spacious, airy press cupboard.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, we'll see you around the cinema, Mark.
Thanks, Jack.
Over and out. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad I didn't steam up.
Yeah, don't know with the bees. They'll know.
What am I looking forward to? I kind of want to see Horse Money today.